Good evening. My name is Dr. Jeff Raffin, and I am the president of Northeast Wisconsin Technical College. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am honored to be here this evening, although it looks a bit different than past years. Congratulations to all of you on your academic achievements. You are about to be inducted into the Scholarly Fellowship, which embraces two-year colleges, not only of your own state, but of the nation and the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your chapter is Beta Nu Theta. The purpose of Phi Theta Kappa is to recognize and encourage academic excellence and student success among two-year college students. To achieve this purpose, Phi Theta Kappa provides opportunities for the development of leadership and service, for an intellectual climate for exchange of ideas and ideals, for lively fellowship for students, and for overall student success. Phi Theta Kappa's mission is twofold. One, recognize and encourage the academic achievement of two-year college students, and two, provide opportunities for individual growth and development through participation in honors, leadership, service, and fellowship programming. In the early years, Phi Theta Kappa membership was conferred to students at the time of graduation, and few programs and services were offered. The explosive growth of two-year colleges in the 1960s led Phi Theta Kappa to expand its mission to reflect the nurturing philosophy of the institutions it served. It is my pleasure now to introduce Bob Van Schintel, Faculty Development Consultant, who will be giving the keynote presentation this evening. Bob?
Thank you, Dr. Raffin. Congratulations to the students and their families on their induction to Phi Theta Kappa. Great work. Sagoli. Hello, Oneida. I'm Bob Van Schintel from NWTC's Talent and Culture. Really honored to be with this group today. My daily role, I don't get the opportunity to interact with students very often, so it's a real treat for me to be here. My work at the college is mainly with faculty, developing active and engaging learning spaces, helping them develop their classroom practices to get students to engage. We know that the more students are engaged and active in that process, the more they'll retain and the more successful we all are. But no doubt the work of creating an active and engaging classroom has been met with a lot of challenges during COVID. Physical distancing and unequal access to technology really makes our classrooms different. Lectures are different, group work is definitely different. And most importantly, folks' energy to come into this learning space is very different. We're really taxed, our bandwidth, to show up in these learning spaces and to put efforts to that. But it seems like this group, the Phi Theta Kappa group, recognizing your academic excellence, you're making it work. You are showing up. You are engaging in the process. And so I appreciate that. I know your instructors appreciate that, because even the most engaging plan of teaching will fall flat if it's not for the energies of the learner to show up in that process. So in this induction, I really think it's important to recognize that energy that you have brought to the classroom. The moment honors your academic excellence in the learning and your active engagement in that process of learning. And it could have been your deep reading of course materials or rewatching of lectures and your thoughtful note-taking. But it really boils down to that mental effort that you put into take the details and skills about your chosen industry to be a part of who you are. Along that way, I'm sure you've come into some obstacles. There's always opportunities for distraction and passivity. There's always Netflix to binge or some other thing fighting for our attention. Personally, it took me a while to figure out this active engagement idea and that I should show up and be more actively involved in my learning. I always thought learning was a passive thing. It just happened to me. I was more worried about counting the pages I read or how many pages I had left rather than understanding the materials. In my high school and college career, my grades reflected that. I would describe myself as not really being engaged actively in that process. It was very much passive. I passively hope for knowledge. But it's great to honor and pause your activeness at this point. It's great work in the classroom. But you're not finished. So I hope you continue to be active in spaces that are important to you. Be active at home. Be actively engaged in your community. Pursue things that are really important to you. In those spaces, you will always have increased opportunities to actively lead and model engagement, just as you've done in the classroom. And with that, there'll be an equal amount of distractions or a diffusion of responsibilities. But stay engaged and know that your ability to lead in those spaces does not depend on a title or a position. It only depends on your active engagement. Simon Sinek has said that leadership is a choice and not a rank. And just like learning, leadership is not passive. So actively make the choice to engage in important things in your community, just like you have in the classroom. And as you do, I hope you find that healthy balance in order to maintain your energy to continue that meaningful engagement. I appreciate your work and your choices for today. Continue to show up, continue to engage with people. Great work. Congratulations.
Thank you for your inspirational words, Bob. My name is Keely Floriano, and I'm the president of the Beta Nu Theta chapter here at NWTC. I would like to welcome you to this evening's event. NWTC staff, faculty, family, officers, and friends. I am pleased to present to you these candidates for membership in this International Honor Society. These students have fulfilled all requirements for membership into Phi Theta Kappa. They have been selected for their scholarship, leadership, service, fellowship, and hallmarks. I recommend them for acceptance into the Beta Nu Theta chapter of Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society of the two-year college. I present a torch, symbolic of knowledge, which is the servant of wisdom and leads in a way of righteousness in the midst of paths of judgment. I present the white rose, typifying purity and beauty of life, with its white buds signifying intellectual associations. I present this rose as a symbol of our newly formed intellectual friendship. On your screen, you see the emblem of Phi Theta Kappa. It consists of a golden slab, keyed at top and bottom. The golden field refers to golden opportunities that abound on every hand. Since gold is the most notable of all metals, it shall have further significance, and for it shall represent the nobility attained by those who achieve intellectual leadership. Across the slab, you will observe a hand. It represents the three ideals which band us together. Shining through the background are three Greek letters, which are initials of those three words meaning wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Behind the band is a wreath, on one side composed of oak leaves, and on the other, laurel. The oak leaves stand for stability and strength of character. The graceful curling of leaves of the laurel signify achievement and success, all attributes for membership in our society. Above the band is the representation of the head of Athena, a symbol of learning. In the base appear Greek letters meaning light, the light of knowledge and learning. This badge stands as a symbol for the high idealism of our organization and membership of our honor society. Inductees, you have met the criteria of this organization, the purpose of which is to foster a spirit of devotion, to study, and to scholarly ideals among its members. Now that the standards and ideals of this organization have been fully revealed to you, please stand and repeat with me the pledge that admits you to complete fellowship. I do solemnly promise on this 5th day of November to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to keep this object and aim in mind. I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors. Please advance for induction.
Angela Bergstrom. Betsy Barron. Nate Lazajewski. Danielle Boucher. Colin Berman. Amy Leah Bunting. Hannah Jeanette Huon. Lydia Barbara Davis. Barbara DeTerra. Keely Laureano. Christopher Fowler. Jessica Lynn Hanna. Jenna Hornblad. Jamie Jensen. Seamus Johnson. Janelle Lynn Kukic. Sharon LeCount. Emily Lee. Pachia Lore. Brooke Lotto. Samantha Martin. Kaya Matsky. Temitope Oluti. Stephanie Shikoski. Nicole Smith. Michael Stepp. Kelly Tao. Ian Tippett. Blanca Terina Vallecillo Pagoada. Joshua B. Walschlager. Kristen Wartella. Lexi Wasmith. Lucas Weisscheipel.
Congratulations again to all of our new inductees. At this time, it's my pleasure to conduct the officer installation for 4 officers who joined our chapter this fall. As officers of Phi Theta Kappa, you are charged with the responsibility of learning the duties of your office and executing those duties to the best of your ability. Before you are officially installed to assume your obligations as officers of our chapter, please renew your pledge of membership in Phi Theta Kappa. Please repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly promise to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa, to maintain by honest and independent endeavor the ideals of scholarship for which this organization stands, and to fulfill to the best of my ability my duties as an officer of Beta Nu Theta. Keely Floriano, President. Angela Bergstrom, Vice President of Scholarship. Stephanie Shikoski, Vice President of Communications. Jamie Jensen, Vice President of Service and College Relations. You are duly recognized as executive officers of the Beta Nu Theta chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. We pledge the support of the members of this chapter to you. We appreciate your commitment and your dedication to Phi Theta Kappa and to NWTC. And we wish you a very successful year. At this time, it's my pleasure to turn the podium over to Dr. Raffin to provide our closing. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to officially welcome you into Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and the lively fellowship of scholars it affords. I salute you for your accomplishment. To you new Phi Theta Kappans, I would like to share my passion and enthusiasm for this organization. Phi Theta Kappa is about you and your aspirations. I encourage you to become active members of our NWTC chapter, and I challenge you to accept the leadership and service opportunities that will be available in a variety of areas. I guarantee that you will find the development of these skills a vital part of your future. Finally, I would like to express thanks to the families and friends who are watching in support of these students this evening. Your support is an important component of their success. Congratulations once again, and best of luck in your future endeavors.